Wrestling fans and members of the new Gibby Order, do you remember the Twitter account I started? The @WrestlingProj Twitter account? Well, I know what some of you are thinking. You haven't tweeted out there for weeks, heck, even a month. Well, guess what, guys? I'm still trying to work on it, and it's being delayed for a little bit. Hopefully I will get what my secret project is out sooner rather than later. I just wanted to give you guys an update and let everybody know that it will come soon. So stay tuned for what this secret project could be. It could be anything. It could be something that extraordinary, something revolutionary, something that's going to change the wrestling landscape forever. So definitely go follow the Wrestling Proj Twitter account @WrestlingProj, and Proj being spelled as Proj. So definitely go check that Twitter account out. And as always, keep listening to the Roz Gibby podcast. And keep supporting the Roz Gibby podcast, as we will be bringing you some cool stuff coming up your way. But anyways, thank you guys for listening. Welcome to the next big thing in wrestling podcasting. This is the Roz Gibby podcast with your host, Zach McGibby. Welcome everyone to the Roz Gibby post-Raw show. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Zach McGibby, and joining me today, once again, Oliver Norgrove. Introduce yourself, Oliver.
What's up, everyone? It's Oliver Norgrove. I'm from London, and how are you, Zach?
I'm doing pretty good. Do you have anything to plug before we start?
My Twitter. Yeah, sure. If you go to Twitter, you can follow me at Oliver Norgrove. Also, please go over to Facebook and like the Pro Wrestling Powerhouse Facebook page. So yeah, thank you. Sure.
Yeah, sounds good. And we are supposed to have Justin here, but he hasn't communicated with us yet. Hopefully he'll join in and get a good review in. So obviously tonight, talking about the Raw from last night, or in terms of Oliver's case, 2 nights ago. And before we start, any overall thoughts about the Raw?
I didn't like Raw at all. I don't think I was the only one. I mean, we were just speaking about how #Rawful was trending on Twitter during Raw. During Raw. And which goes to show I don't think many people enjoyed Monday's Raw. I didn't enjoy it, definitely not. You called Raw average, which I thought was fairly polite. I think you're being a bit nice there. But there were some positive things, as there are on every Raw, and I will obviously get into them. Yep. But overall, I mean, anybody who read my column on up on Pro Wrestling Powerhouse, you can check it out right now. The best and worst of Raw. It was predominantly negative stuff, and so Raw wasn't too enjoyable for me. And what did you think about it?
You said it before. I thought it was average, but because there was some good stuff. Going into it, I liked the opening segment with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. I liked the stuff they did with Cena and Lesnar. I liked the birthday celebration. Other than that, there wasn't really that much to the show, but like the matches weren't awful. I thought there were some solid matches. There was one thing that really just really brought the show down, and that was this stupid affair angle now that they're doing with Brie Bella and Stephanie McMahon. It was just I'm not liking this angle. It's just reminding me of Claire Lynch from TNA. So
the thing about it is, it's not even close to being believable. I mean, everybody knows Daniel Bryan is a nice person. That's why we like him. Yeah. And it's not even reaching anywhere close to believable. No. And you mentioned the opening and the end to Raw, which were the only positive things for me. I thought Raw began well. MC Heyman, the rapper, was great. Paul Heyman, obviously, any Raw that begins with Paul Heyman has started well. Has started strongly. Yeah, and the birthday celebration, we mentioned we did a video a few days ago, and we were talking about what we thought the Hogan's birthday would end up like, and it was surprisingly good. I found it enjoyable, but maybe that was because I thought it was good. Maybe that was because I was comparing it to the rest of the show. But honestly, I thought the birthday celebration went pretty well. I would say it went pretty well myself.
Yeah, there were good stuff, but yeah, it was just average. There could have been some much better stuff. Stupid booking decisions, but anyways, we'll just get into the first segment of the show, which was the Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar promo.
MC Heyman.
Yep, and Heyman, true Heyman here, really great on the mic. I tweeted out he's a beast on the mic, just like how Lesnar is a beast in the ring. But yeah, what did you think of this promo? Are you hyped for the SummerSlam matchup?
Yeah, I am because I know people forget with Brock Lesnar. People forget that he actually is a really good wrestler. I think people look at him and think he's all about the blood, he's all about the violence. He's actually capable of putting on some really good matches. And I'm looking forward to Cena losing his title. I'm looking forward to Cena versus Lesnar at SummerSlam. I think Paul Heyman did a really, really solid job of putting Lesnar over. I think from the way he was talking, people listening to him, I don't think you almost got this impression that nobody now believes that Cena can beat him because Paul Heyman put Lesnar over so well. I thought he did a really, really good job of making Lesnar seem indestructible in his opening promo. And I saw the Lesnar's obviously credible anyways. I'm definitely looking forward to the match. And the promo, the opening segments of Raw was really, really enjoyable. Heyman's rap, as you may sound ridiculous on paper, but obviously he's so good on the mic that anyone, he can pull anything off. And I'm personally looking forward to it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm also really looking forward to this matchup. I agree with you. I think Lesnar's going to beat Cena. It'd be really, really stupid if Lesnar was to lose to Cena. But Heyman was just golden on the mic as always.
As usual.
Yep, and I was a little worried about him rapping at first because I thought maybe the promo was going to go downhill because God knows, Paul Heyman rapping,
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
Next thing you know, he's going to come out next week with chains and, baseball cap, all that.
Yeah, jersey, yeah.
Oh, man. Exactly. But he pulled that off really, really well. Heyman's able to pull stuff off well. So
touching on Heyman also, his documentary officially is the best-selling documentary within the first 48 hours in WWE history. The best-selling documentary that they've ever produced, and that doesn't surprise me at all because I think people have been waiting a long time to hear and sort of delve into the life of Heyman and the career that he's had because he's an interesting person. So Paul Heyman obviously golden as he was on Raw, and I'm a huge fan of Paul Heyman, and that for me that was probably that was when the show peaked, which is the most depressing thing I'll probably say all night.
Yeah, it's disappointing to say that your show peaked at the very beginning of the show, really. So.
Exactly.
But Heyman, we've been saying it. He's just gold on the mic. Lesnar did his part, looking intimidating. That's just the Lesnar way.
He gets paid millions and millions for it.
Yep.
He literally does nothing. He does nothing. But his matches are good, and to summarise that, I am definitely looking forward to his match on Sunday. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll move on to the next segment. This was Reigns versus Rybaxel. Kane came out. Looks like we're going to get Director of Operations Kane again. Yeah. I thought it was a retirement.
SummerSlam is in 6 weeks, apparently.
Yeah.
if you got that reference.
Yeah.
I mean, as I said the other day, and also everybody who follows me knows that I'm a huge Kane fan. I always have been. But this is awful. This is just terrible. This isn't what Kane is about.
Yeah.
Kane is he came. If you look at what he was like when he came into the WWE, the monster with the fire and everything. It captivated fans. But Corporate Kane is just painful, and I don't want to see that. I don't want to see him retired just because I like him, but I don't like Corporate Kane at all, and I just wish it had never happened, because it's now the go-to thing every 2 months to give Kane a makeover of some sort, and it's just awful. I mean, I would think that I would say probably 90% of people would agree with me that Corporate Kane is one of the worst things we've seen in a while. Definitely.
Yeah, I swear to God, Kane has more gimmick changes than Cena has title wins. I swear to God. Always changing the gimmick. Always changing it. Isaac Yankem, Fake Diesel, Kane, Corporate Kane, Unmasked Kane.
Yeah, face heel.
Face heel.
Definitely, he's had more face and heel turns than anybody else in history. That's also a fact. So yeah, I mean, with the match though, I don't think the match was too bad. I mean, Roman Reigns, who did he face? Oh, Ryback. Sorry, yeah. I mean, Curtis Axel and Ryback are not good. I don't really care for them. They're not so good anymore. The match was about putting Reigns over and making him look dominant heading into SummerSlam, which they did a good job of doing that, I thought. And Reigns, what did you think of the match?
I thought it was just a put over match for Reigns. I like Ryback, though. I do like Ryback, so I think they're an interesting team. If they're built up more, I think they can be a dominant team in the tag team division, but that's more than likely not going to happen.
No.
I guess I like this match because they gave him some match time, and I noticed though Reigns doesn't really have much of a moveset. It's a bunch of impact moves. There's only
the moves he uses. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a big moveset, but the moves he uses are, I would say they're quite good. They're fairly unique. Yeah. The kick outside of the ring, I mean, I haven't seen that before, and the Superman punch isn't a move that we've seen before. So I don't think. Oh yeah, I mean, you're right. His moveset isn't huge, but I don't think he needs it when his moves are unique and interesting. And that's my view on it anyway.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like the moves he does is bad. Like, I really like those moves, but if there's a bit more to his arsenal, then I think he can really, stand out as that main event guy. Because really the only moves that comes to mind is the spear, Superman punch, kick to the outside, Samoan drop, and that's all I can think of right now. Unless you can think.
That's it. And obviously the Samoan drop the Samoan drop by everyone of that
power.
Yeah, all the Samoans use it, is what I'm trying to say there. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
And so it's definitely a move. It's a different moveset. It's a fairly small one, but I don't think Roman Reigns' matches are too bad. I think they're pretty good. And are you looking forward to him and Orton at SummerSlam?
To be honest, not really. I'm not quite looking forward to Randy Orton and all that, but it's just going to be Reigns going over Orton. At least that's what I think it's going to be. So there's not really much to get behind, because personally I'm not a fan of Orton. I don't like Orton. I think the only reason he got popular is because he has an awesome finishing move, which was made showcase last night in that Sheamus match. But other than that, he's kind of
we've seen that.
He's got a build, but
with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Randy Orton. As I was saying to you before we went on there, I wrote something about Randy Orton and why he's done in WWE. He's done everything. There's nothing left for him to do. His career to me is all but over, and I hope I'm right. And I wrote that on the internet for PW Mania a while back, and people were very angry at that. But I don't like Randy Orton. I haven't for quite a few years now. I don't think there's anything to his character anymore. Yeah. And the RKO in midair. I mean, it was to me. This was my analogy. One of my analogies from Raw yesterday was that the midair RKO is basically the unmasking of Kane. we've seen it so many times that it's no longer anywhere near as exciting as it was the first time. That's what it is to me. I don't. We've seen it 5 or 6 times now, and I mean it's good to see. I mean it's better than your average move, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But Reigns and Orton, I'm thinking Orton will get the win only because he's the heel and it will keep the storyline going for another pay-per-view. So that's my prediction. But yeah, I hope Reigns just completely steamrolls Randy Orton and Randy Orton goes to Hollywood where he should go. So yeah, that's my thoughts, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I don't think Orton's going to go to Hollywood anytime soon because I don't think he can act for anything. He couldn't act to save himself out of a paper bag. But
No.
yeah, I'm expecting a big Reigns win here. Really get him over. I think we're gonna see Reigns and Triple H at Night of Champions after this match.
Triple H is actually booked for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And there's been some speculation as to who he'll be facing. So I think it'll be Reigns.
Yeah.
Although I did see a possibility that it'll be Sting, but I can't see Sting's first match being a Hell in a Cell match, so I can't see that.
Yeah, no.
And Sting is 54 years old now, so so Reigns and Orton, I mean, I hope you're right. I hope we only get to see this at one pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Randy Orton's worth anything anymore. And so hopefully Reigns gets the win, yeah, sure.
Yeah. I will say, though, that Orton's promos have gotten better over the past couple of weeks. I do see sort of that villainous side, when he speaks, but they're still not amazing to me, so,
They're horrible. I disagree with you there because Randy Orton goes completely robotic when he talks. It's like he's reading from the script in front of him.
Yeah.
And I don't think his promo. I don't think he's anything. I don't think Randy Orton's. I think Randy Orton's promos are horrible, and they've always been that way. But they've been somehow camouflaged slightly by it. I don't know. People have only seemed to really have picked up on the fact that his promos are bad in the last couple of years. So I don't think Randy Orton's a good talker at all. And as I say, I hope that this match is only on at one pay-per-view.
Yeah, me too. We'll move on. Next, former Shield member Seth Rollins versus Rob Van Dam. We were supposed to get this match last week, but Authority switched out Rob Van Dam with Heath Slater, and so now we're finally going to get to see this match. I thought it was an alright match. Nothing too special.
I actually missed it. I wasn't in the room. I had to do something else during that. That was the only part of Raw I missed. Oh. So I didn't actually see Rob Van Dam versus Seth Rollins. So I imagine it was pretty good. Was it?
Yeah, it was all right. I didn't think it was amazing, but it was better than some of the matches of that night. But it's afterwards that got people talking. It's Ambrose attacking. Not highlights. What am I saying? Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins does have highlights, so I guess there's something to relate to. Seth Rollins, Ambrose attacked Rollins afterwards. I'm still not understanding this lumberjack stipulation. I find that kind of silly. Well, not silly, just stupid. I don't understand why it has to be a lumberjack match.
I think the reason why I think to me it's a lumberjack match is because every confrontation that Ambrose and Rollins have had has involved Seth Rollins trying to escape in some way. So that in storyline, it does make sense to me why it's a lumberjack match. But I mean, I regained the moment I started watching Raw again was when Seth Rollins was on the stage looking at the presents, and how obvious was it going to be that obviously Dean Ambrose would jump out the biggest present, and it was pretty funny because I think Dean Ambrose is pretty funny. He does entertain me a lot, so that was pretty obvious to me, and so as I say, I missed the match, but it is what it is, and I really like this feud. I'm looking forward to this match at SummerSlam. Are you?
I'm looking forward to this, and I think we got Justin Baird joining right now. Are you there, Justin? Looks like not right now, but so I'll just go ahead and continue. I'm looking forward to I am kind of looking forward to the match. I'm still not understanding the stipulation. Like, I understand what you're saying, but I find there's much better stipulations than a lumberjack match.
A cage.
A cage, yeah, that would work a lot better, at least. I was thinking street fight.
Possible.
Or something for the briefcase, at least, because I think the briefcase has to be involved, but I bet you they're saving that.
I'm strange because if Lesnar is the champion after SummerSlam, WWE are not going to have somebody cash in on Lesnar. They're not going to do that. I don't think. I think we've been joined.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen, I think I've said this before, but I think what's going to happen here is Lesnar's going to leave. Once he wins the title from Cena and then beats him at Night of Champions, I think he's going to leave, do something similar to CM Punk's situation, like leave the company with a title, and then Rollins cashes in his title shot, which in some sort of authority, angle gives him the title, So I think that's what's going to happen, and then he'll come back maybe Royal Rumble around there, and maybe they'll unify the titles. It's very similar to the Punk storyline, but I think it's probably the best way moving forward to keep the title belt on Lesnar, but also give Rollins that title shot.
Yep.
Yeah, we got Justin here. How are you doing, Justin?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Doing pretty well. Moving along in the Raw review. We're talking right now about the Seth Rollins Dean Ambrose feud. What is your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't know why they're having a lumberjack match. Like, I thought it could just be a street fight. Like, why the hell are they having a lumberjack match? Because at the last pay-per-view, like, Dean Ambrose jumped him, it was kind of like a street fight then, so why did they just make a street fight for SummerSlam? A lumberjack match, this doesn't make sense to me.
Justin, what did you think of Raw in general?
It was alright. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best Raw. I mean...
Oh, no, you can say that again.
They could do more stuff, to build up to SummerSlam, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally agree with you. Did you see the Van Dam Rollins match?
Yes, I did. Yeah,
What'd you
I saw
think
that.
of it?
Seth Rollins won. It was a decent match. It was a good match. I know Seth Rollins won the match by, I think, he won by curve stomp. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a decent match. I mean, nothing too special about it. I mean, I'm glad to say Dean Ambrose had this thing. Seth Rollins and Rob Van Dam faced each other before, and nothing too special, but it was decent.
Yeah, it was
sure.
So we'll move on. Move on to the next segment here. This is the big segment, Stephanie McMahon's confession, which it wasn't really Stephanie McMahon's confession. It was Daniel Bryan's physical therapist, Megan's confession. Boy, that got a lot of people talking.
This was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh my god, it was awful.
What point does this do? This doesn't build up to anything. You know what I mean? Like, nothing at all.
Yeah. Nothing.
It was awful, and as I was saying earlier on, I mean, it's not even remotely believable. It's not. I mean, the question of whether it was good or bad isn't a question. It was bad. Everybody thinks that, but. Yeah, it doesn't even make sense, and it wasn't needed in the storyline. So I think that in doing this, WWE have completely just had the momentum on this storyline completely halted, because it was until then it was actually a good. I think it was a good storyline. Personally, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I think now they're just completely all the momentum that they've gathered. Well, not all of it, but a lot of the momentum gathered has just been completely, screeched to a halt, because this was just unnecessary in my view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree with you too, and it brings back some bad flashbacks to the Claire Lynch storyline in TNA, as do a lot of people, when they see this. This sort of angle doesn't make sense. If you're gonna do this kind of angle, in my opinion, you should have it at the beginning of the feud, not nearing the end of it. because
Yeah.
that way you could build up some more stuff at least for this feud.
Yep.
But putting it right before, the big SummerSlam match doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And as Oliver was saying before, it doesn't make sense to Daniel Bryan's character to do that. So it doesn't really make it more believable. And boy, did Megan, like, I think it was Megan Miller or something like that.
Yeah, it was,
She was not a good actor. Not a good actor at all.
No.
I'm sorry, but that
Not
was
at all.
very
She
bad.
was horrible. Like, that was just very, very bad. I hated this segment. I give this like a 0. That's what I have to give this thing because it didn't build up to anything.
That's
Nothing
generous.
at all.
That 0 is generous.
Yeah.
That's generous. A 0 is generous. Oh, man. I'd give it a dud. It's
Dud,
not even
yeah.
a rating, just a dud.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's bad. It's bad having a really horrible segment to Raw because it happens on every Raw.
Yeah.
But it was the fact that this one was a very high profile segment. It took up a lot of time and had quite a lot of attention on it. And I mean, it's all right if it's Heath Slater who's cheating on his wife because nobody cares. But when it's the one of the face players of the company, I mean, it was the wrong time. It was the wrong thing to do. It was completely ridiculous.
Yeah. Heath Slater. Wow. That's an interesting name. He's the one-man band, baby. The one-man band.
Well, he is 2-0 in August.
Also, can I say something?
Yep.
They had to promote the network a whole bunch of times last night. Like, 999 times they had to promote it. Like, that's how much it felt for me. Like, really with the promoting, like, with it, you're going to drive people away from the WWE network, Like, it's alright to promote, like, maybe, like, 2 times during the night, but a whole bunch during the night, I mean, this drives me away from the network, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just getting sick of this promoting. Like, they're shoving it down our throats now.
Yeah.
With this.
Hmm.
I mean...
Oh, yeah.
It's working, though. I mean, it's working.
Yeah.
I mean, people are chanting the $9.99 thing. Like, Hulk Hogan was doing it. Like, he was doing the $9.99 thing. And the fans were chanting along with it. So, I guess whatever works for them, so...
That also happens to be his age as well now. So,
yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's why. I think he resonates with 99. I think that's how old he is now, so... My God.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I agree. I mean, this is what WWE do. I mean, and it's not even just with the network. It's with when they want one of their wrestlers to get over, and when they want the fans to like one of the wrestlers who they want to do well, they will shove them down your throats. They will shove them down your throats until you like them. This happened with Sheamus. This happened with Del Rio. And this is what WWE do, though. When they want fans to do something, they will try their best and they will shove it down our throats. And we've seen it before, and it's equally painful every time, I think.
Yeah, Tout comes to mind when I hear that. Yeah, Tout comes to mind.
Oh, Tout, oh my God, don't bring that up. I don't even want to talk about that.
Oh, man. Tout was
God.
awful. It was just a Vine ripoff, to be honest. Oh.
Yeah, well.
Anyways, we'll move on. Get back on topic here. We'll talk about the next match, Jack Swagger versus Cesaro. It's interesting to see how a couple of months ago people were saying that Cesaro was on the rise and Swagger was going downhill. Now here we are. SummerSlam is coming up, and now Swagger's on the rise and Cesaro's going downhill. Man, it's amazing what can change in a couple of months. But anyways, this match was pretty good. I like this match. I thought there was some good moments to it. Nothing memorable, but
match that Rusev was going to interfere in this match. I just had a feeling, but he didn't.
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess they want to make Swagger look strong before SummerSlam. So
yeah.
What are your thoughts, Oliver? Looks like we lost Oliver here. I thought this was all right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good match. It was. Was it better than the Seth Rollins versus Rob Van Dam match? I don't think so, but it was a pretty decent match.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all right. Nothing too big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought so too. I think there was some good stuff to it. I thought it was better than Rollins and Van Dam match. But that match was all right, I guess. And this match was better, so it's probably around like a 2.75 out of 5 for me. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, what are your thoughts on the Cesaro Swagger match, Oliver?
Yeah, I thought it was the best match of the night, to be honest with you.
Oh,
and
really?
it doesn't surprise me because I think Swagger and Cesaro are both, I mean, regardless of their charisma or their personalities, I think as wrestlers they're both really good, I would say. I don't think many people will dispute they both are great wrestlers.
Yeah, they are.
And their match was good. It's weird. It's how because if you go back to WrestleMania 30, it was Cesaro who turned on Swagger, and now look at him. It's just, I mean, it's just the complete opposite of what everybody imagined it would be.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I mean, I like Cesaro. I mean, I think most people like Cesaro now.
He's
but,
probably part of my top 5 currently right now.
Oh yeah.
So,
and I have to say another thing. And maybe this resonates with Zach as well because you're not American. But I was Raw with a friend of mine, and we're both from London, so we're not American, obviously. And when we watch overly patriotic Americans, obviously in England we're not patriotic, so it's very cringy to watch.
Yeah, it is very cringy
I don't
to
know
watch.
I don't know if this is just a wrestling thing, but maybe if Americans are like that, then that's fine. That's their culture, whatever. But we don't like the overly patriotic side to wrestling. It's very uncomfortable to watch for English people, definitely. So I don't know if are you behind Swagger because politically Russia. I'm talking to Justin here. I mean, are you behind Swagger because of the political problems with the Middle East with Russia, or do you not really care?
I don't care, in my opinion. I don't care. But I'm behind Swagger. It's not like patriotic type, but I'm behind Swagger. I don't like that patriotic behind wrestling. I see your points behind that, and I do agree with you on that. I don't really like that patriotic side in wrestling either. And I'm American, so yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I agree with Oliver on what he said. Get a little bit cringeworthy seeing all this, American, the pro-America stuff. But at the same time, and that's essentially how it works in WWE. So in terms of the American gimmick, because it always gets over. Like, when Sergeant Slaughter back in the day turned on America, that really got over.
Yeah.
There was also, obviously Hulk Hogan.
The Iron Sheik.
Yep, and there was also Kurt Angle too. I mean, he started as a heel, but when he went face, he kind of did that pro-America gimmick.
And you have Hacksaw Jim Duggan as well.
Yeah, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mr. America.
Oh God.
Remember Mr. America? Oh man, good
all I can say is I can't wait for Bad News Barrett to come back from injury.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all I have to say.
sometime in September. I don't know when in September, but he's supposed to come back then.
Hopefully he does, yeah. I think Bad News Barrett. Obviously, being English, we love him. England loves him, but I think quite a lot of Americans like him as well. I think it suits him. A lot of people got behind him.
I've been a huge fan of him ever since 2010. Ever since he created the Nexus, I've been a huge fan of him ever since then. I mean, that's how. I was a huge Wade Barrett supporter. Yeah.
What about you, Zach?
I have always liked Bad News Barrett, even before he was Bad News Barrett. It's shocking to me that he still hasn't won a world title.
Yep.
Because he just has the look, the charisma, the mic skills, all that to really be, a top guy in WWE. And
instead,
considering he was the leader of the Nexus too, I thought, grand things were going to be, happening to Barrett, but at the prime times, because I think when Barrett first got injured, he was supposed to win Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, and then he got hurt this time, and he was in the Money in the Bank ladder match, like Fate is just not letting Barrett win that title, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and also, he should have won that a long time ago. Back at Bragging Rights in 2010, he should have won the title.
Oh, yes. I agree with you on that.
I mean, the downfall of the Nexus, this is kind of getting off topic, but the downfall of the Nexus was John Cena, in my opinion. That was the downfall of the Nexus.
Isn't everything Cena's fault, really? I mean,
Ryback's disease did. Justin, did you hear about, did you watch or listen to Friday Night Talkdown last week?
Yeah.
You heard me mention Ryback's disease?
Yeah, I did.
What did you think of my my theory on Ryback's disease? Do you agree with it?
I do 100% agree with that. I do agree with that. Yes, I do.
Yeah. But, I can't remember what happened next on Raw, though. Yeah, getting back to Raw.
I think it was...
it was the Jericho-Wyatt interview.
Oh, yeah, Jericho and Wyatt, yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome, in my opinion. I thought it was really, really awesome. I made a joke, I tweeted out that when Wyatt asked Cole to leave, it was the most sense he's made in his gimmick run as Bray Wyatt. You know?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
He's
he's a great talker, Bray Wyatt, but I mean, I have no idea what he's talking about when he speaks. I mean, let's be honest here. Honestly, that segment was, in my opinion, was pretty good. It was pretty, quite up close and personal. The only thing is, I don't think the rivalry's been that good. I mean, what's really happened that's been that interesting? It's been Wyatt attacking Jericho. To me, it's. I mean, SummerSlam will be the last match.
Jericho came back, but back when Jericho came back, when Bray Wyatt attacked him that night, I go dude, this rivalry is gonna be awesome. But when Battleground happened, the match wasn't nothing. It was nothing. And I'm not going into much high expectations to this at SummerSlam.
No.
Hopefully they'll change my expectations, but it's just right now I'm not too high on this match.
Did you see and hear that the time slots for SummerSlam have been leaked?
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah. So I don't have them in front of me, annoyingly. But so now all fans who have seen them now know the exact order and timing of every match.
Oh, nice.
And I know that The Miz and Ziggler are going to be opening the show.
Oh, really?
So, and obviously Cena and Lesnar will be ending it. I can't remember the exact order, though. But, yeah, it was surprising to me. That sort of stuff doesn't tend to get leaked. But, going back to Jericho and Wyatt, who are on second, their match... I'm not even looking forward to their match too much, because the feud. I mean, when Jericho returned and Wyatt attacked him, everybody kind of marked out. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. It's going to be the best feud of 2014." And it's been nothing. Let's be honest. I mean, I've been disappointed with it. I haven't seen too many people who have really, really enjoyed this feud, and I'm not surprised either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of interruptions, really, by Wyatt, so it's not really something special. The promos are pretty good, but, it's just interruptions. So,
Sure.
Any final thoughts before we move on?
Nope.
No.
All right.
Okay.
So, next segment, AJ Lee versus Eva Marie. What are you guys' thoughts?
I'm surprised about it. Eva Marie actually getting on Monday Night Raw, dude. That's correct. I don't like Eva Marie. I hate Eva Marie. I just don't like her.
Ouch.
I wouldn't even like her if she was the best technical Divas wrestler. I would not like her. I just can't stand Eva Marie. She comes off as a bitch to me.
Yeah, I mean, she is at the entire roster, legitimately, for men and women in that company, she is legitimately the luckiest to have a job there, because she is the worst on both men, from both the men and the women there. She is the worst by a mile. And if you saw the picture of her when she was standing behind Brock Lesnar when he came out to interrupt Hogan, I don't know if any of you saw this, but She was smiling and clapping when he was interrupting the birth. Oh my god,
man.
She is an idiot.
Yeah, she's an idiot. And also, Paige came out during that match. She started prancing around ringside. Then Eva Marie got the roll-up victory on AJ. And after that match, AJ started. She beat up Eva Marie, threw her into the barricade, and that was pretty much that.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of? What do you guys have to say about that match?
I thought, Eva Marie's best match was with AJ Lee, so I had kind of some hope in the match.
You had hope.
Yeah, I had some hope.
I didn't have hope. So I wasn't
you didn't have hope. You're not. Are you not a believer? I'm a believer.
No, I am a believer. But by the way, where was he on Raw? Why did we get Eva Marie and not get Bo Dallas?
Where was Sandow? Sandow was
Sandow was actually dressed up. He was actually the cake.
Oh, right. Yeah,
so,
of course.
He was Hogan's cake, I think.
No, he was Paul Orndorff, probably. I don't know.
He was.
But anyways, this match, it's just build up stuff for their feud. This finish though, the distraction finish for the roll up pin is just so overused now. So it wasn't a good way to finish. To build up into the rivalry for AJ Lee and Paige, but unlike some people, I think Eva Marie has a very tiny bit of potential to do something.
Hopefully she gets released. I just don't like her.
Oh, she's getting released, yeah, definitely. She'll be released. She'll be next gone.
No,
wait till she's on Total Divas because she gets media coverage. That's why she still has a job.
Yeah,
and I have to ask you two, actually, just a question for you two.
Yep.
In England, a lot of people in England like Paige because she's from Norwich, which isn't too far away from where I live, a couple of hours, and a lot of people in England like Paige, but coming from, you two, and neither of you are English, so there's no bias involved. Do you think she's any good?
Yes, I think Paige is really good. I think Paige is a great wrestler, and I think she does have the charisma, and she does have very good mic skills. So
I always worry that Americans must hear English accents on TV and think that they are really dull and boring because when you put an English accent up against an American accent, like when I speak and then when Justin speaks, he sounds so much more charismatic than I do because I still have an English accent and they sound really dull. But I don't think she's done too bad, and I thought her promo was the little poem she performed for AJ. I thought it was okay actually.
I think. It's kind of fun. They've been rhyming that whole night, when, Paul Heyman did his rhyme, and, when Cena did his rhyme, and when she did her rhyme. I think that's kind of crazy. I think Dr. Seuss is writing that show.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What did you think of Paige's promo?
All right, I'm still confused in the storyline a bit. Because for some reason, I still feel like Paige is a face. I don't know why, but I don't know why. Usually I understand these things, but this storyline still has me confused because the way that AJ Lee attacked Eva Marie after the show made me feel like she was the heel and Paige was the face. But the past couple of weeks, it feels like Paige is the heel and AJ Lee is the face. So. Oh. It's just a little confusing to me, but
I think because they both the girls they both look like heels to me. I think when you look at them, I don't think they look like faces, either of them. So I don't know if you two agree with that.
I think Paige is a better heel, to be honest. So.
Oh yeah, then face, yeah, definitely. Yeah. But this is the thing. This is what WWE do. They take a foreigner, they bring them in, and they turn them into a heel. It's a cliche. Mm-hmm. If you're not American, you have to be a heel in America, and it's slightly ridiculous. But sometimes it suits. It suits Barrett and it suits Paige. But yeah, the cliche they use to bring in the foreigner and make them heel, it works and it doesn't work. It depends who they put it on. But Paige's heel turn, I think, is good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Justin? Oh, we don't.
Yeah, I agree with you on everything you said right there about that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we'll move on to the next segment here. This is John Cena responding to what Paul Heyman said to John Cena, talking about him. And I thought this promo was all right. At first, I thought it wasn't going to be good because Cena kind of came out as the jokester Cena, imitating Paul Heyman's voice, and I thought, oh my god, this is going to go down very, very quickly.
Yeah.
But he really stood his ground on this promo. You know, I like Cena, you know, outside of the ring, and I understand why people hate Cena. Well, not hate, no hate, dislike Cena. I can see why people dislike Cena because, you know, he has the same gimmick essentially for 12 years.
Yeah.
But he can really carry himself on a mic and, you know, hype up a crowd and all that. And I think, you know, WWE's lucky to have a guy like him, you know, as their face of the company, to be honest. But I can see why people want new talent. What are your thoughts?
I don't like John Cena's passionate promos. I think they're
Over dramatic?
slightly cringeworthy again. John Cena. Oh, then again, I don't like his jokey promos, so I'm really kind of stuck with him, to be honest. I don't rate Cena highly on the mic at all. I don't think his promos are very good. Although he didn't do a bad job, I have to say. He made the match at SummerSlam seem important. He put it over. It made from what he was saying, you'd think if you were tuning in for the first time, you'd think it was important. You'd think it was everything on the line, which is what he's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's this thing about John Cena's promos. They fluctuate so much.
Yeah.
You can listen to him for 10 seconds and want to peel your skin off, and then you can listen to him for a minute after that and think, oh, he's actually not too bad. And then you want to go back to peeling your skin off again, and he ruins it for himself. Yeah. And it's just ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, Justin, what do you think?
Last night, which I thought, like, I knew he wasn't going to turn heel when he was like, oh, people ask me, when am I going to turn?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My god.
He's
like,
such a teaser. What a teaser.
Yeah, I didn't like that teaser. I go, like, he's not going to turn heel. Like, I know Cena. He's did that for a whole bunch. He did that for like a few promos. The first time I saw it, I didn't believe it, and I still don't believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. Yeah, Cena's just doing it to tease, to be honest, because I think, to be honest, some people are going to tune out on his promos, so he's got to say heel turn, and then everybody will pay attention to Cena, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, you know, Cena held his own in this promo, I thought. He had his moments. I agree with you. I don't like passionate Cena sometimes. I find it so overdramatic at times. But when he is on his game, he really is a good promo guy. But the way his character is built up on TV, it's just, you know, it gets silly, you know. So.
Yeah, sure.
Oh man. So, any final thoughts on this promo?
Well, we haven't mentioned yet that John Cena is a new colour. He is the new big red machine. Yeah. And his shorts are no longer denim, if you noticed that as well. So John Cena's going through. This is the heel turn. This is the massive change we want from him.
Yep.
Definitely. We wanted a change in colour. We wanted him to look like he worked at McDonald's. And yeah, this is definitely what we wanted to say here, yeah.
Absolutely.
McDonald's.
Yep. You see that tweet? You saw that tweet with that wrestling lad put out, where it's like, "You want some? Come get some" at a McDonald's restaurant. That was hilarious. That was so good. Yeah. But anyways, move on from that promo, and we'll go to Brie Bella versus Stephanie McMahon, which wasn't even a match. It was just Stephanie coming out saying that the physical therapist Megan had filed charges on Brie Bella, and she got arrested. So very similar to how Stephanie got arrested a couple of weeks back. You know, I'm totally not buying this angle. So what are your thoughts?
I vented about this in the column that I wrote earlier on today, and the idea of an arrest angle in a contact sport is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean,
Exactly
it's
what I
like it would
tweeted.
be like imagine like I don't know if you two watch boxing. I'm not a big fan, but I watch it sometimes. Frock Groves. It was a couple of months back. I mean, could you imagine the police turning up and arresting both of them for fighting or for hurting one? It's just ridiculous. I don't see why there has to be arrests in wrestling. It's stupid. And to have two in one storyline 2 weeks apart,
Yeah.
or 3 weeks apart,
I hated
is
that.
I don't want to see that again.
And it was just dumb. I hated this segment. There was no point in this. Also, I mean, no point of having her. And Stephanie said, "Let this all be a lesson to you guys," something like that, and
Yeah.
payback, something like payback. I don't remember how did she say it again?
I think it was like payback as a bitch or something like that.
Yeah, that's what payback is.
Yeah.
Bitch. That's what we say.
My God.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, the only regret I have for that segment was it could have gone on a few more minutes so that we have less time to sit through Sheamus and Randy Orton in a no charisma anywhere match. I think that's how I described it because they are terrible. And so unfortunately we had to see that. I think was that after? I can't remember. I think that was after.
I don't think that was after. It was Dolph Ziggler and Heath Slater after, and then it was Orton and Sheamus. But before we go on to that, I just want to throw out my 2 cents.
Was anybody scared that Heath Slater was actually going to beat Dolph Ziggler?
That's
He
surprising.
did. He technically did.
Well, yeah, I suppose by Canada. But I mean pinning.
Actually pinning? Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought he was going to pin him, to be honest.
Yeah, same with me.
Before we move on to that, I just want to throw in my 2 cents on the Brie Bella Stephanie McMahon thing. I don't understand this arrest thing the second time. I asked the question, I actually tweeted out what you said. Why are there arrests in wrestling? Shouldn't all these wrestlers be arrested, because they're essentially assaulting each other all the time, right? So, and I was asking this because I don't really understand how she can press charges because I'm maybe thinking too hard on this, but the reason why I like the first arrest is because Brie Bella wasn't a WWE employee and Stephanie McMahon was, so technically it was assault. So no consent and all that. But with the second arrest, she is a WWE employee and so is Stephanie, and even Megan too is technically a WWE employee because I believe they assigned a physical therapist. Whatever. I don't understand how the charges could be laid in that sort of scenario, so it didn't really make sense to me at all during that. But
are you two looking forward to the match? Because I am, only to see Stephanie McMahon in a wrestling gear.
I'm excited to see Stephanie McMahon do the pedigree again. If she comes out to My Time from the late 90s, I'm going to completely freak out.
Yeah.
I love that song. Love that song.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But anyways, we'll move on to the Slater and Ziggler match. Slater's kind of getting a bit of a push, with now that he's beaten Rollins, he's facing Ziggler, But I'm guessing he did turn heel at the end, as far as I'm seeing, if he ever was not a heel. What are your thoughts on this match?
What did you think, Justin?
Justin. Oh, it looks like no response from Justin. So, Oliver, what are your thoughts on Ziggler and Slater match?
I thought the match was okay. I mean, Slater is he's actually quite. I think he's a fairly decent wrestler. I don't have a problem with watching a match he's in. I mean, he's not great. He's not going to be in the Hall of Fame or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I have no problem with watching a match between the two of them. I didn't think the match was too bad. It didn't go on for too long, and I think the finish made sense. Firstly, keeping the feud alive between Ziggler and The Miz. There's no reason for Ziggler to hate The Miz even more because he's cost him a match sort of thing. And you also have Heath Slater somewhat being protected by the result of the match. So, I agreed with what happened. I don't mind Heath Slater. There are plenty worse than him. I can assure you of that. We've already mentioned that. But I mean, at this point, the crowd. I remember for a lot of Raw last night, the crowd were very, very quiet and bored. I noticed that, and this was around about the peak of the boredom, even with Ziggler in the match, because he always, he always puts on good matches, and so I don't think the match was too bad, and I'm not looking forward to SummerSlam, his match, only because I know that the Miz is going to end up winning, and we're all going to sit there silently hating it, because how many people go to a live event or a WWE event, thinking, oh, I really want to see the Miz here tonight. I mean, how many fans does the Miz have?
That's true.
Yeah. So, are you enjoying the feud?
For what it's worth, not really, but I think I guess it's just a way to get Ziggler. In a feud with someone, because I think WWE's starting to recognize now that people are not going to stop chanting for Ziggler. Yeah. So might as well throw him into a feud, and I guess an Intercontinental title feud is.
Justin. Justin, what do you think of Ziggler Miz, the feud, and the match at SummerSlam?
I'm actually kind of looking forward to this match. I mean, I don't think Ziggler's going to win this Sunday, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be an alright opener.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be opener, probably. As far as the leaked time matches, are concerned, they're going to open the match. So, I'm not really looking forward to this match. It's kind of just something for Miz to do while he's a title holder. That's just my thoughts. So.
Yeah.
Anything else before we talk about Sheamus and Orton?
Well, let's if you don't mind, I'd like to segue into that.
Yep.
I tweeted out yesterday, and it's true for me personally because I can't stand either of these two. I said, it's a shitty Raw when you're bored before you watch Sheamus and Orton go at it, because I can't stand either of these, especially Sheamus. He's terrible. I don't find either of them interesting. I don't find them. I don't care. I mean, Randy was a really good wrestler. I'll never take that away from him. He's really good. Sheamus is a good wrestler. But to me, they always put on really boring, dull, exhausting encounters, and I have no interest in seeing them two go one-on-one. So what did you two think of the match?
Well, I'll let Justin go ahead.
Give me a second. I didn't really care for this match. I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you, Oliver. I really didn't like this match. I mean, it doesn't matter who the heel or the face is. I just don't like these guys wrestling because we saw them wrestle a whole bunch of times in the past. I'm sick of them wrestling each other.
Yeah.
But there's this one part I liked in the match, that RKO from the top rope. Dude, that match was, when Sheamus, jumped off the top rope and hit Randy Orton, hit the RKO to win the match. I mean, that was mostly the only thing I liked about the match.
Mm-hmm. Justin, before you came on, I said I compared that RKO spot to Kane taking his mask off, because the first time it happened we all loved it, but then after that it quickly loses its intrigue, and because we've seen the RKO in the middle of the air. I think we've seen that about 6 or 7 times now, so I don't think it saved the match. I mean, it's a good way to end the match, definitely. But yeah, as I say, I have no interest in seeing these two go at it anymore. Definitely not.
One of my favorite times when Randy Orton did the catching RKO was when he did it to Evan Bourne. That was one of my favorite times.
That was awesome.
Evan Bourne or CM Punk, one of them.
Evan Bourne, because Evan Bourne went up backwards, didn't he? The 350.
Yeah, he did his.
Shooting Star.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Shooting Star. Yeah. I didn't think the match was good. And at this point, I was really, really disliking Raw. I didn't think it could get any better. And it did a little bit. I'll give them credit, but yeah, I hated that at all, completely, personally.
Yeah, I think this match was doomed because people were bored at the beginning of the match when it started. It took me back. It was either last year when Sheamus and Orton wrestled and everybody just chanted random chants. This was after WrestleMania. This was what it reminded me of because nobody cared what was going on in the ring, and if from what I saw in the ring, it was all right, but those two, especially Orton, don't really have that charisma to really engage the audience or the viewer to really get them to be drawn into the match. Because whenever Orton wrestles, he does have good wrestling ability, but the way he does taunts and all that is just kind of bland to me. The way he just presents himself in the ring is kind of bland and boring,
Yeah, he is. That is Randy Orton.
Yeah.
And he's been that way since about 2010, I would say, 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hope he isn't around for too much longer. I hope he doesn't sign a new contract. Because he's done everything, like I said. He's done everything, and surely he's now thinking about doing other things with his life while he's still in good shape and looks good. He's surely got some other things on his radar.
Yeah, because he has kids and stuff, and I bet he wants to spend time with his kids. I bet he maybe wants to take a break for a while, probably.
Yeah.
So maybe he might do movies. I don't know.
Just like what Oliver was saying, yeah.
Yeah.
It really isn't much for Orton to accomplish. He's won the Royal Rumble. He's won 12 titles, which is 12 too many. He's
just like Cena with 15 titles. That's too many.
Cena with 15 titles is just ridiculous. I mean, obviously you should give him titles.
Title to be over. He doesn't need a title.
Yeah.
To be the face of the company, because he's already the face of the company without the title, so why do you need titles? I mean, very pointless.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Stick the titles on Luke Harper.
Stick the titles on Luke Harper?
Luke Harper is one of the best things in WWE, and he goes completely unnoticed.
Oh, well, I noticed what Harper's doing, but the best thing about Harper is his facial reactions throughout the match. The way he just stares at the camera.
He has his beard up his nose, in my opinion.
Yeah. I totally agree. But I see Harper. Harper, I think Harper will definitely be a future single star if he does break away from the Wyatt family, which I think he eventually will, but that'll be while.
It's got to be done soon because he's 35 years old, so I hope he does soon.
Yeah, that's true. But I would like to see Harper on a singles run. If you guys know Trash Fan City, he wants Harper badly on a single run, so
sure.
So yeah, I want Harper on a single run. So, any final thoughts on this Orton Sheamus match?
Nope.
No.
All right, so we'll move on to the final segment of the show. This was Hulk Hogan's birthday celebration. This was the best part of the show, in my opinion. Just this entire segment.
Why I sat through Monday Night Raw the whole night because of this segment.
Yeah.
Because of this.
So we had Bob Dylan's Forever Young playing in the background as Hulk Hogan's career was essentially being highlighted in a montage video. Yeah. Out on the ring to start was Mean Gene Okerlund and Jimmy Hart. And then we had come out Ric Flair. And then Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, which I don't know about you guys, but I freaked out for Paul Orndorff coming out. His mustache is amazing. His mustache is the best thing going. But we also had Roddy Piper come out, And then the
Yeah,
big
he
surprise
got a good
was
reaction. He got a
NWO.
really good reaction.
Yeah, Piper got a good reaction. Yeah.
I like Piper. I mean, he's the only one of the legends I still will watch because I still think he's fairly entertaining. I still think Piper has something that can entertain people.
Yeah.
And obviously he was always known for his ability to talk. So Piper got a good reaction, and I was happy to see him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they do more episodes of Legend House, because that show was actually pretty good. I actually enjoyed that show, Legends House.
Yeah.
That show was really good. I like that on the network.
Justin, have you got the network?
Yes, I do.
What's it like? Is it good?
Yes, it is good, but on the Xbox it doesn't work very good. Station network's
really?
alright. On the Roku and the Apple TV, and like the Amazon Fire TV, and that's what you should like watch it on if you get the network. I mean, that's what you should watch it on, like an Apple TV and Roku or an Amazon Fire.
I will likely end up get it on my PS4, and I am worried about the buffering and the connection on it because there's no point paying $9.99 a month for something that is going to lag every 5 seconds and buffer. So yeah, I just wondered what the performance was like.
Yeah.
Because when I watched this is getting off topic, because when I watched NXT Arrival, man, dude, that pay-per-view lagged so much for me on my Xbox, and I couldn't even watch that whole show. Like, it took me out of the streaming and stuff. But that's when it first got started. But now the network works really good. I mean, they need to add more Raws. They need to add more SmackDowns. But they're actually starting to do add more and more Raws now. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you guys will be able to get the network. In Canada, it's just a channel. There's no online service in Canada.
I just realised what I wanted to say. We get the network in October.
Yeah.
England. Let me just paint this picture for you. So let this sink in. England, the United Kingdom. We get the network after countries like Saudi Arabia, who kill gay people. We get the network after Saint Lucia, Cape Verde. Who else? The Cayman Islands. It's ridiculous. I mean. Yeah. It's just England, for God's sake. It's one of the most famous countries in the world, and we don't get the network on our own until October. And I do not understand why WWE are doing this at all. Do you think you have any kind of theory as to why?
No, just
I don't know. Maybe because they can't do over 170 countries. I don't know. Maybe it would crash.
Something to brag about. I don't know. Bragging rights. I don't know. But at least you guys can get the online service. It's not an online service in Canada. It's not.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I mean, I wish it was an online service, but you could buy the US version. You know what I mean?
I know, but like, why would I want to go through all that hassle? Like, like, why can't I just have it available for me? Right from the get go.
You can download a Chrome extension, which allows your computer to be reset.
I know. But I just want it available where I don't have to download anything and all that, just to get the network. And like they have it on over here. The cable providers for it. The network is named Rogers. Rogers is only available in like it's only available. I think it's only available in like Quebec and all that in Canada. It's not available to Western Canada. So like all of Western Canada is missing out on and Eastern Canada too. I was just missing out the network.
Given the full network to Russia. Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I mean, they've given the network to Russia completely. Yeah. I mean, in storyline, explain that to me. I mean,
yeah. Exactly. But you guys complained about like buffering and all that. At least you could get it on your Xbox. We can't even in Canada you can't get it on your Xbox now. It's just through TV, and we don't have routers. So it's so stupid. I recorded a rant early this morning, and I decided not to put it up because I felt like I wanted to say it on this show. But like, it's so stupid what WWE's doing. Like, and I said in my rant, if WWE, the next quarterly report, they find that they have lower than expected subscribers, and they say, where's the subscribers gone? then I'll say, in Eastern and Western Canada, so.
Yeah.
So stupid.
By the way, if you get the network now, is there still a 6-month
commitment?
What's the word?
Yeah.
Yep.
Commitment. That's the one.
Yep. There's still the
Still
6-month commitment for $9.99, but there's also a new payment option where it's $12.99, but with no 6-month commitment. So.
Oh, for God's sake.
And
Yeah.
also, if you only want the pay-per-view, like if you only want to watch, like, say, SummerSlam, you can pay, I think you pay like $20 for it, which I don't know why you would only want to watch one pay-per-view. Like,
Yeah.
why
Also,
not just pay the
you can also
$9.99?
Yeah. You can also stream for free as well, when WWE seem to have forgotten that.
Yeah.
So.
For streaming it, like, there's, like, some people like streaming, like, for, like, VIP stream, like, for $5 or something like that. Like, why don't you just buy the network to watch it perfectly?
Yeah.
It's weird what people do these days.
Yeah.
But
true.
let's get back to Raw, though.
Streaming is free here. Yeah.
Anyways,
the Hulk Hogan celebration.
Anyways, back to the Hulk Hogan birthday celebration. I was saying Orndorff and Piper came out, but then big surprise return from the NWO, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall came out. And that was awesome. What made me freak out was when Scott Hall grabbed the mic and he said, "Hey yo," that was awesome. And then Kevin Nash was singing "Happy Birthday" to Brock Lesnar, to Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, not to Brock Lesnar.
No, Brock Lesnar would kick his ass.
He sung it quite well, I have to say.
Yeah, a modern day jazz singer, man. Kevin Nash is.
And Brock Lesnar, like you said, Brock Lesnar, he actually came out and interrupted.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan. I thought Hulk Hogan was gonna get F5'd, but came down to save the day. John Cena.
I don't think his spine can take an F5. Legitimately, I don't think he can.
I don't think his spine could take a leg drop, to be honest. So.
No, I don't think his spine could take. I don't know, just a punch. I don't think his body would be able to take that. But by the way, did you enjoy the video package? Because I thought it was really good.
Yeah, that was a good video package.
It was a really good video package. Props to WWE on that.
Yeah.
That was one of the best things they did that whole night, that video package.
Although it is kind of sad, though, that, the best moment of the night, although it did eventually have storyline involvement, was something completely not part of any storyline, from that time, so.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of getting off topic here, but, Brock Lesnar, like when he opened the show last night, didn't he talk about his, disease he had, with his digestive stuff?
He did.
What was that thing called?
God. It starts with a T.
Diverticulosis.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm surprised they actually brought that up last night. I didn't think they would ever bring that up. I'm surprised they got brought up that Extreme Rules from 2012.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I think Lesnar is over it now. So I don't think he cares anymore. You know what he's like. I just don't think he cares too much about what's mentioned him. As long as he makes his money, I don't think he cares.
Yeah. That's true. So, any other thoughts on that Hulk Hogan birthday celebration?
Very disappointed that there wasn't a brawl between or something between Cena and Lesnar.
And then after, when Raw went off the air, when they put on Raw, Backstage Pass, Titus O'Neil and
Heath Slater.
Titus O'Neil and Heath Slater came out, and wait, was that actually on Raw?
No,
it was on the WWE Network.
Yeah,
which you can get for $9.99 a month.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he came out, and they destroyed the cake, and then they brought out a new cake, and on the cake it said $9.99 a month, $9.99 on it, which I thought that was cool on a new cake.
Oh man, $9.99 a month. Boy.
Yeah, I said that. The big huge cake.
Yeah. McMahon came out for that right? I believe McMahon came out after the show too.
I don't know why he didn't come out on television though. He doesn't do that
That would make
anymore.
more sense. That would
I would have liked to have seen him on Raw personally.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I'd like to have seen McMahon come out just to get that pop back. See all the people bowing down for Mr. McMahon.
Yeah.
But overall, I thought that segment was pretty good. Definitely the best segment of the night. But, it's disappointing to see that your best segment, again, as I said before, doesn't involve any of your storylines. Well, Lesnar and Cena, but,
Yeah, and they've only had one confrontation in the entire build-up, which is really disappointing. You expect that from Lesnar because he shows up when he wants, but Cena, I can't complain about Cena's work rate. He's there pretty much every week, but to think they've only had one confrontation together, I think that's pretty poor. Do you agree? I think that's quite poor.
Yeah, but this is a Lesnar contract thing, so really what else are they going to be able to do?
Yeah, I agree.
So.
Yeah. So, you 2 out of 10, Raw?
I'll go first. The Raw, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 because I thought the Cena Lesnar stuff was pretty good. I liked the Hulk Hogan birthday celebration, but other than that, the matches were okay, and there were some confusing stuff during the Raw. So that's why I'm giving it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
So
Justin,
I'll give it probably a 6 out of 10 because of the Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. I kind of like that Dean Ambrose popped out that birthday present.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool. And also I like the stuff with Cena and Brock. And I liked the birthday party, and that was pretty much it.
I'll give Raw a 4 out of 10.
Bret Hart?
Cena, Lesnar, and Heyman was pretty good. The Hogan birthday celebration was fairly good, and Jack Swagger versus Cesaro was fairly good. So, but nothing else was good at all. I don't think so. Yeah, 4 out of 10 for me is what I would give Raw. Yeah.
So you're giving it a Bret Hart rating?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
4 out of 10. So I got 5. Justin got 6, and you got 4. So average that out, we get 5. So. Overall,
don't forget. English people are traditionally more negative and pessimistic. So I'm going to put that one down to my culture. I didn't like Raw.
There was one good thing that happened in the Raw. No CM Punk chads. Thank God.
That's actually true. I didn't think we got any.
No CM Punk chants. None.
Yeah, that was
I bet
good.
you couldn't wait to add that in, could you?
Yeah, I was just waiting. I was hoping for it. I had my little sound effect ready to go for it. For that one line, just to say it. No more CM Punk.
And I also forgot to say, don't forget to subscribe to Juggernaut097 and follow me on Twitter at TheTrueJSB.
Yep. And anything to plug, Oliver?
You could go over to Facebook and like Alternative Wrestling Magazine, Pro Wrestling Powerhouse, and follow me on Twitter at Oliver NORGROVE. And keep reading my column feedback. Thank you to the guy from Texas who complimented my accent last week. I appreciate the feedback, and I just want to thank you two for a good evening. Oh, I'm sorry, a good early morning because it's nearly 2 o'clock in the morning where I am.
Early morning in Britain. And so, thank you guys for tuning into the Roz Gibby Post Raw show. You can follow me on Twitter at Roz Gibby, and you can also find me on Facebook on the Roz Gibby Facebook page. Yep. And subscribe to this YouTube channel. We're going to have Friday Night Talkdown coming up, obviously, on Friday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern. If you have any questions for that show, send in a question on Twitter, again, to what I said to my Twitter handle, @RozGibby, with the hashtag AskGibby, and I will answer them live on Friday Night Talkdown. But for Oliver Norgrove and Justin Baird, thanking you for tuning in to the Roz Gibby Post Raw Show, and signing off.